Hello and welcome everybody to part 26 of the Empire Total War Great Britain Darthmod Let's Play. We continue, in fact, about a turn or two on. Now, originally I had this part recorded. This is my second attempt at recording this part, although I'm not going to go back and cover what I recorded in the first recording that went wrong, which I'll discuss in a moment. Because, to be honest, nothing massively major happened, bar that I took Santo Domenico. I can't say it. Santo Domenico, Hispaniola. The pirates came out and attacked my port here, which I'm now going to finish them off in a moment. I destroyed the Mughal fleet here in a rather dull naval battle, actually. It was just against one ship and I had three, so I've been blasted to pieces. But as I said, I've really declared war against the Mughals. I've pushed in and taken Beira. They've pushed in and taken Malwa, so I'm pushing back in with this army because I went up towards Hindustan, saw they had a large number of garrison troops, which I could probably beat, but it's going to really bog me down until I have a more consolidated force. So at the moment I'm going to go after these territories here and then swing round to Cuttack and Calcutta and then come back up to Hindustan. Meanwhile, the Maratha Confederacy can throw their forces up against the Mughal Empire and hopefully wear them down both sides. And yeah, then that's fine. I'm quite happy with that. But Spain has been a royal pain in the arse and attacked my port here, which has cut off a lot of my trade. So I have to repair it, but I can't get in to repair it until I bring some infantry in there. And the only infantry I have is my yeomanry, which I brought down from this port. I've moved some pikemen across to cover that port, and I'm now bringing the yeomanry down to hit the port, but I'm going to have to survive one turn where I nearly go bankrupt. So that's why I'm keeping quite a lot of funds to basically stop myself going completely bankrupt and just holding out. So I'm now going to end the turn. I'm just going to check my research first, though. But yes, I'm now going to end the turn. Imminent bankruptcy, so it's probably going to dip under, but I have to deal with it. And my declaration of war against them, the Mughal Empire, brought in war with Prussia, Persia, the Iroquois, and Cherokee. I managed to make peace with with Prussia. Actually, I'm not sure if I managed to make peace with Prussia. Can't remember. I might have done. I can't remember. I'll check in a minute. I definitely made peace with the Iroquois, though, and the Persians. I managed to get a trade agreement with the Persians as well, but I wanted to get peace with the Iroquois because I am going to push against the Cherokee now. Now I've got war with them. I don't mind that. That's good. But I don't want to be fighting against the Iroquois as well. Not just yet. I will fight against them, but not yet. I've also been kind of, generally asked what is my plan for this campaign, and I sort of feel that I've explained my plan as I've been going along, and I did at the start. What the general plan was initially to kind of unite the 13 colonies, protect them for a bit, push out and conquer those territories there, and in India essentially claim as much as the Mughal Empire's empire as possible, leaving the Marathas for now, and in America sort of leaving as many of the European powers like France and Spain out of the picture for now and just dealing with the Native Americans, which is what I've strived to do over the last few parts and so far in this Let's Play. But obviously the European nations have not stood idly by, and they've come to challenge my authority and what have you. So, essentially what I'm doing now, my plan for attack for the next few parts will be obviously continuing the war against the Mughal Empire, restarting the war against the Cherokee nations, which they're obviously going to hit some of my weak undefended territories here, but I'm going to push back against their own territories soon. And I have an opportunity to intercept, which I'm going to take here, and we're going to blow these guys to pieces, because I've got a lot of cannon and a lot of decent infantry. So yeah, I'm going to hit back heavily against the Cherokee. They're probably going to take a few of my territories which are undefended on the east coast, but I'm going to hit back, hopefully sweep through all their territories and push them down. Once that's done, as I'm going to continue capturing as many of Spain's colonies as I can afford to take. Meanwhile in Europe, pretty much I'm not doing too much. I will be recruiting some Highland infantry though, because I know a lot of you have been saying that. I was about to upgrade my barracks so that I could recruit them, but I've had to cancel that so I have enough funds not to go completely bankrupt, although I think that's happened anyway. So that is what I'll be aiming for shortly, and what a terrible terrain setup we've got against these guys, down in a ditch. It's an opportunity to intercept, so I think they may well come towards me, which would be useful. But yeah, anyway, so that's my kind of general campaign plan. I'm sure you guys have got it. If you want to know kind of any more specifics, then let me know. If there's enough interesting kind of thing, a more general overview of the whole thing, then I might just do a separate little 5-10 minute video showing where I plan on pushing and attacking and get some cool directional arrows in there and things like that. Anyway, let's sort out my infantry. In fact, I'm going to use the Grenadiers as a separate infantry force. along with the Hessians. They can be another force as well. So these guys are going to be my main line infantry. Oh, why have I got... Oh, I didn't mean the marksmen, didn't want them. Also, if I sound a bit nasally or if I suddenly sneeze a lot during this video, I've not suffered from hay fever for about 5 years properly, and today, of all days, is the day that my nose decides it wants to die of hay fever. I'm going to try and I want to get these cannons like, up on this hill here to try and hit the enemy, but I think I'm going to spread them out. Another good hill up over here for some sort of covering fire. Not going to worry about canister shot. We can pull back to these positions if need be. I think should be a good plan. So it's there. I think I'll probably have to have 2 up on this hill over here. I can have them slightly like so. Hit them from the flank where I've got a bit of height on them. Not the best, but it'll do. And then in the dip, I'll keep my general back here. Cavalry that I've got, which is not much. I'll sort them out in a minute actually. But I need to sort out my skirmishers, which are here. Because ideally I don't want to lose too many of these guys just yet. I'm going to have the skirmishers up on the left flank. We're going to do kind of a big push there. Then grenadiers are going to be on the opposite flank. Strong, powerful units that they are. They can punch a nice big hole in the middle of the enemy forces. Then my Hessian troops are going to be toggle fire at will off. And they're going to be my reserves here. And kind of use them to defend against... cavalry charges in the middle, and then finally my cavalry, of course. So let's get them sorted, and I'm gonna deploy them over on. No, actually, not. I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna put them over here to protect my skirmishers if need be. Right. So I think I'm pretty much set up. The Cherokee, obviously, a lot of their forces are going to be hidden. Not even sure if they're going to advance toward me, in which case I'm going to have to push all the way forward to hit them. My cannons have started firing against something. Trying to hit their cavalry fort. Oh, we've hit some of their mounted tribal gunners. And we're hitting some of their chief's bodyguards as well. I wouldn't have thought they'd been able to hit, but obviously the dip of the gravity works wonders. So, really, if possible, I'd like to get to the top of this rise here, but it's pretty much uphill all the way to them. So, I'm just going to give the AI a few moments to see if they can organise themselves. And while they're doing that, I can explain why I've had to record this part twice. Basically, I haven't updated my Bandicam software, my recording software that I used to record all my videos for quite some time, and I thought, well, maybe maybe they've improved, optimized it even further. To be honest, I'm very happy with Bandicam. I don't really need to update it, sort of thing. But it's always good to keep things updated if you can. So, I went to have a look, and they've updated it so there's an option there to support. Basically encoding, the recording process using NVIDIA's own CUBDA codec, basically an encoder. That's fine, and the encoder is brilliant because it basically cut the size of my Bandicam recordings by about 70-80%, which is pretty decent. Not that that's an issue really anymore because I can render videos quite quickly anyway, but obviously any improvement, any smaller file size while retaining the quality is good. And that's what the codec did. However, the rendering software that I then use to render the video down to a easy to upload size on YouTube, I use Sony Vegas, and Sony Vegas does not recognize the specific codec that NVIDIA uses. Finally got a codec that Vegas could use to recognize it, and then when I import the video has massive tearing, and the colors are all going turquoise and tearing and corruption, like color corruption all over the video. So obviously that's not good, and I don't think there's a way around it because I looked up and someone said it's because the codec itself is fine, it's because it's patched together with the AVI file type, and I can't change the AVI file type that Bandicam saves to. They're looking to perhaps open up extra options of saving to MP4, which would be ideal in future builds, but it may not be out for a while. Let's try and hit these guys with cannons. All the cannons targeted on this one unit of tribal gunners. But yeah, so they're looking to update that. Now, the only fix I could find was basically I had to reconvert the raw footage from AVI to obviously like something like MP4. But the thing is, that's just more time adding to the whole recording process, and it's, I'm not saving any time that way. So it's far better for me to go back to the old preset that I had with Bandicam, which has the same sort of quality and things like that pretty much. You're not losing anything out there. These guys are gonna die so badly. What are you doing? Suicide run much? Although I'm surprised that my men aren't. There we go. Now you're all dead. Oh, and in come the troops. We've got medicine men right in front of us. Nice. Get my cannons firing on different targets. Let's get these grenadiers to quite sharply swing round. Same thing with my skirmishers. And with my cav, I'm going to try and do some reverse sort of hammer and anvil strike charges. Because these, where are they? The medicine men here, they're doing alright. They're doing alright right now. But I'm hoping they will cripple and die and be squished. Because they do a lot of damage, I've seen in previous times. But we're sending these guys back with well-trained, well-timed volleys. So I'm just trying to work out the best way of like forming up my men, because really I've probably got more than enough men to cover this, so I'm going to try and trap them in. I'm watching those cavalry obviously on my flanks. Get my cavalry in the mix. My skirmishers are now, well, some of them can fire, some of them can't. Let's bring them around though. Let's bring my cav round to mop these guys up, but we've done a good job of bringing them down. I am actually going to stop firing with my cannons. Good, my cavalry's managed to just charge into this unit of bowmen just after they pass kind of the range of where my troops are. These guys have come back. My men are all forming up though nicely, which is good. Although they've kind of sodded that up and charged in a bit. Okay, let's get some square formation going here. Against the chief's bodyguard. Should form up, and I'm hoping not too much is going to come of this. But no, the chief's just going to run straight through. But now my guys can start firing and doing some damage, hopefully. So obviously I brought these guys around to pin these guys in, finish them off, which they'll get a few shots off, which will do a massive amount of damage. And I want to obviously destroy as many of these guys as possible, because by doing so I prevent this army threatening me or reinforcing a region elsewhere. But anyway, yeah, so result of this is I've got to re-record this part, but as annoying as it is, I'm sure some people in my situation understand that if you've recorded one part, sometimes, you know, if you've got to re-record it, it is a right pain in the ass to have to go back and do the same thing again, because you've already done it, sort of thing. So most of the time when that happens, I do parts like this where, you know, I just explain what happened previously, because most of the time, luckily, it always happens when there's not a huge amount happening. I'm going to continue this battle, obviously, because they're all routed, but I want to kill as many of them as possible. But the general's going to get, the rest of the general bodyguard's going to get away, but I'm going to tear apart this warrior society here and the medicine men, I would imagine. These guys are probably going to kill some of my cav. Let's get them up on the hill. I'm just charging them with the cav for now. But yes, that went well. So push forward with the skirmishers to here. Didn't have to do too much there. These guys firing on the bowmen here. I'll stop them from firing now. Hopefully, I'm hoping these guys are going to shoot at the guys left behind, the medicine men left behind. Really hoping. There we go, it seems that that's what they're doing. And they're now actually turning around to come back towards my infantry, so I'll charge after the bowmen and let my my Northumberland Fusiliers finish them off. They look awesome. But yeah, if I ever do work out another way of obviously using that new codec, then I will, because the file size was actually quite dramatically smaller, and I could actually have even slightly higher quality on my videos. But alas, with Sony Vegas, can't do that. I know obviously the solution is to move to a different rendering program, but I've been using Vegas for like 4 years now, so I'm very comfortable with how Vegas works and all its options. Just fast forward this now. And I've tried to use Adobe Premiere, but to me that looked like just a huge mess of about 1 million different options, and I was generally like, where do I import the video to? Which window? So yeah, that was a lot to take on. So I'm kind of going to stick to what I know. Bandicam works fine for now. Hopefully, as I was reading on the Bandicam forums, they will bring in MP4 support, in which case Vegas should be fine. Anyway, it's only with the AVI format that it literally goes, which codec do I use? Anyway, decisive victory. Let's focus on talking Empire Total War, but sometimes it's nice to talk about the kind of the behind the scenes of what goes into this recording process. I might do kind of a behind the scenes, you know, what I actually do to make a video, the whole part. But I pretty much told you that anyway, in this part anyway. So anyway, we destroyed 1,151 of them, and we lost 224 of our own men, but I think we did bloody good there. Very few of them remaining. Regiment of Horse and Yeomanry doing very well there. They're now pushing back up here, which is fine, because I've got another full stack there ready to attack them shortly. And obviously we've run out of money. We've run out of money, but not by much. Not by much, which is good. Only problem is, I can't repair my port until we do, but we're going to go push the Spanish out of the port here, and I'm actually going to fight this battle myself because I've got a lot of 4th and 5th rates here. Ideally, if I can capture another 5th rate, that'd be great. If not, I want to blow it out of the water. Plus, you guys get to see a naval battle, which are quite good fun to watch when the wind's in my favour and when I don't have to spend about 50 minutes to just position my ship in front of the enemy. I always find that wind is never with me. I've never got wind. Oh, would you look at that? I've actually got wind. Right, I'm going to have two groups, my 5th rates together in one grouping column, and then the 2 great big 4th rates, which are the pride of my navy right now. But don't worry, I'm going to pause the video and you guys will see it when we're actually right up close again. Okay, and unpause of course. Right, snapping right back into the action. We're getting very close now to the 5th rate. We've got my Admiral's 5th rate flagship right in front. And then I've got sort of spaced in between the gaps between them and my 4th rates incoming, although I'm going to have to slow this chap down now. I can slow their sails down manually now. It's all good. Get my 4th rates to catch up. Should be able to give a nice sort of passing broadside from all of my ships here against the 5th rate. I'm hoping to damage it, cripple it, then either board and capture it or just annihilate it, and that initial volley's done a reasonable chunk of damage, and we're about to hit it with the big old 4th rate. Let's see the damage from that. Reasonably close as well, so the damage is going to be good. Yep, got them going down slowly. Next ship up, we're going to obviously now turn around, and with this one I'm just going to keep it turning so that the focus is ever on that weakened side, which the ship is trying to turn around now to prevent me doing that. I'm going to turn around this way with this ship. I'm just going to hold there with the 4th rate. This one's going to go in now and give a nice close broadside. And then my final 4th rate is going to get in on the action. I'm going to bring this one round and out of the way a bit. And I'm actually just going to stop with this 4th rate here. A full broadside fired into it, so with one pass we've knocked it down to half health on one side of the ship, which is good. Very happy with that result. And now my ships can hopefully just toy with their enemy. Keep my ships all turning around though, of course. Push up a little bit further so that we can be firing on that weakened side still, which all my ships have managed to do so far. Turning around my flagship. It's desperately trying to turn onto a stronger side, less damaged side. Get my Admiral to hold there. Bring around with this ship now. But with these ones I need to keep moving around now so that we can keep on firing. Just continual circle. Brought my Admiral a bit too far out, so I'll try and bring him back into the action. Oh, and they've gone. There we go, we've won. They've surrendered and they're sinking. Heroic victory. I probably won't be able to capture that ship now. But, huzzah! We've destroyed them there. I'll have that. There we go. Resounding success. And so I just need to repair that port and I'd be alright. So what can I do? Well, I can look at my taxes and see what I can do here. So I've got middle classes. If I try and put them up, England gets a bit pissy. But it does gain me a decent chunk. Oh, what? Why does that go up? Oh yeah, because something about... So I remember some people saying about this administration fees going up or something like that. So what happens if I put upper classes up more? That's good. Way of doing it. Put the upper classes up. So let's see if we can switch to America and do that there, but already I'm upsetting some of them. But that's alright. And okay, finally I guess India. I can push it there for a turn. I can get away with it just to get enough to repair that port, and then I can get all my trade coming back in. So I'm going to defend that port with my navy now. Don't need to worry about defending Portsmouth so much. That's for my unit production of my ships. Obviously that is important, but be alright. So when I can repair that, I will be fine. Although, I might be able to repair this port this turn and take all that off by let's see, who do I want to help out in Europe? Hostile technology. Let's give them these two and demand a payment of 1,000. I'm not too bothered about these. Oh, brilliant. There we go. We've got 1,000 for just trading off some technology that I'm not going to need. Why can't I repair it? There we go. We can repair things again, which means I don't need to take this stuff. Well, actually, I do. Although, where's the worst spot right now? It's Cuba. We can repair that, so that should help. And let's go back to here. We've just taken you, so that's kind of understandable. Okay, so we can leave it up on high taxes, or like super high for the nobility, or the upper classes, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, the nobility. For a turn, that is fine. And then all my trade will come back because my port will be repaired, which is where they're all coming through from. Right. I had somewhere else that needed repairing. I think maybe it was in India. In India, rather. I've always got something that needs repairing here. Right, so we've got this... Mughal forces are down here. Their largest force is here, where they've taken Calcutta. They've got this force here at Malwa, which I will be looking to take. My army not too badly depleted. I'm going to push and attack them. I'm probably just going to siege them out for a few turns though. And just try and hold until they come to me. Don't need to push on them. But the Mughals have pushed down towards Hyderabad, which is interesting. Now, if I move out of here, they are probably going to go shit crazy. Yes, they are. Even if I unexempt them from taxes, actually, they'll be fine. But I leave this open then to capture by the Mughals very quickly. So I should really. I'm gonna merge these guys up, which takes ages in Empire because it doesn't do them all in one go. It does them individually. So let's leave behind a demi-cannon and infantry, just to sweeten the deal. And then with this army, I'm going to. I want to make a beeline straight for Hyderabad because this is my chance to hit back at the Marathans and take some of their territory. But this army could take my region here, so let's attack them first. And I'm very quickly going to fight this one, and then I will obviously show you the results. So be right back. And there we have the results. We lost 32 and we killed all of them. Stab right in the face. Okay, so that's that army dealt with. I can now push down. Thought I'd go across the bridge, but okay, no. Probably come up against these guys here, or they'll fall back in, and then we can deal with them after this turn. I'm just going to continue besieging these guys. Let's come back to America. I'm kind of tempted to besiege these guys in another way. I'm quite happy that I've got defensive fortifications here. I think I'm just going to hold and defend for now. With this army, though, I am making a beeline right for their homeland territory. I'm just going to push down, take out these. Then I'll have to swoop round, take out this army that's going to take out Charleston very shortly, and then I can swing back up, and then I can declare war on the Iroquois. So repairing here, so they should be fine shortly. Now we've got these Spanish colonies. We can push up and take Florida, perhaps, but we'll have to wait until this army's clear for now. So maybe we'll jump across and start taking out Guatemala and New Mexico, or Mexico rather. New Mexico we got all the way up here, so we can eventually push up there. But there's a lot of Panama, New Granada, New Andalusia, all of these places take along here, plus these rebel factions to take out since the Dutch got killed. Right, so let's do an end turn, and then I'll wrap up this part for now, guys. Oh, France declares war on me, and I've got no allies. Great, perfect. Just what I needed right now, because they're now storming straight in against Canada. I'm gonna auto-resolve that. Actually, they've done a decent amount of damage to them. They're probably more than I would do. Okay, great. France chose their time very wisely. So we're now at war with both Spain and France, and that was the only respite I had last time, was that I wasn't at war with both France and Spain. So this is going to get interesting. Going up, trying to attack my port there. Don't know where they're sending those troops. I really hope it's not to the New World, but it looks like it probably will be. I get 2 steps forward, start recovering, and then get knocked back down again. But it looks like this position might be more favourable in India now that I have a chance to claim more land and encircle the Marathans once again. But we will all wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how this pans out. I'm very interested to see how all the dynamics continue. Because now that army that I have against the Cherokee nations, probably going to have to pull that back up to attack the Cherokee at Niagara, to pull the other army back that's currently defending to go and take out Quebec, or rather liberate it from the French. And I'm going to have to build up some defensive troops at Philadelphia as well. Come on, Ottomans, you've not got that much to do. There we go. Thinking again. But yes. Do well for a few turns and then it goes wrong. But at least I'm hoping my trade will be back to full whack. Well, obviously not at the end of this turn because I'm just repairing that port, but the following turn, the end turn, I should get my reasonable amount of income back from all my trade. I'm hoping, at least. So if the Marathans attack me right now, that would be the end of it. I would just pull out of India, I think. Or I'd have to try and reconcile once again with the Mughal Empire and go from there. But I think that would be the final straw in India, and I just have to focus on one theatre at a time, which would be the American theatre of war. Sorry, I was having a yawn and a sneeze. It's weird that if you yawn and then you sneeze halfway through, it really hurts. Oh dear, especially if you sort of have hay fever, which I think I might do at the moment. And they're going to attack me here again. I'm not going to fight this because it's probably the auto-resolve's going to get more than I did. Yes, actually the auto-resolve did pretty well. The auto-resolve killed more than I ever would. I would never have killed 1,000 of them. What's going on? The auto-resolve just got good. So, here we go. Trade agreement cancelled with France. Army destroyed there. Army destroyed. Region lost. Upper Canada. Region lost. Port blockaded Glasgow. Workers' right. Hispaniola. But they're all fine now. I just got to repair the Governor's Palace. Oh, wait, no, I can't because I've got no money. But I should get money next turn because my trade is back to a degree. A little bit of it is, anyway. So, we're now really working at war declared. Great. Oh, that's not me. That's fine. Damn, George Rook's down. George Rook down. Right, so now to look at the mess that's been caused. This army needs to come all the way back up here. And this one now up to Montreal, because we can't allow France to hold on to it. So it got a decent army here. Needed replenishing. I haven't been able to get around to doing that. This army's in better shape. A bit better shape anyway. I have to attack them now. I'm not at war with the Iroquois, that's my only godsend right now. Hostile towards me. I can't request an alliance because they're allied to Cherokee nations who I am at war with. But let's see if out of this, I wonder if I can get peace with Spain. No, they don't want peace. I'm going to see if France will turn over now that they've taken Montreal. Just give me a few turns to look after myself, or, you know, I can live with not having Montreal for a turn or two. Don't want to give them military syllabus, though. No, okay, fine, it's war then. I'll have to deal with it. At least I've got some full stacks, though. I managed to create some full units, so it's just whether I can beat this Cherokee army and how easily. will be decided, but I've got to push the French back now. Right. Marathons over here. They've disappeared somewhere, I don't know where. Surrender accepted. We've taken this city now, which is good. Hyderabad. And we've just got a small force waiting outside for us, which we can deal with next time. So we're making progress in India, if anything. We now cut the Marathans off from their territory up here, which is good. We've got a good sway here. How long are they going to hold? They're going to hold out 4 turns before I actually bother to take that, unless I get attacked by a big army, but then we'll claim that region. So we've got a full line around the Marathans now, and then we can push back at the Mughals. So as America looks like it's going through another period of turmoil and toing and froing, India looks like it's pushing forward. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this part. Please do remember to comment and subscribe, and I will see you all again soon. And I'm live streaming tonight some War Thunder, 7 PM UK time, so check that out if you're interested. Ciao for now.